Good morning. So in this video I am going to explain digital filters. That is the fourth unit in the digital signal processing DSP. So now digital filters. So here the topics are general considerations, causality and its implications, characteristics of practical frequency selective filters, design of FIR systems, that means symmetric and asymmetric, design of linear phase FIR filters using Windows, design of linear phase FIR filters by the frequency sampling method, design of optimum equiripple linear phase FIR filters. Next one is the comparison of design methods for linear phase FIR filters. Next, design of impulse invariance response filters from analog filters. Now, IIR filter design by approximation of derivatives, by impulse invariance and by bilinear transformation methods. Characteristics of commonly used analog filters, design examples of both FIR and IIR filters, frequency transformation in the analog and digital domains, and some problems. Okay, so now first of all, filter definition. So of course you know that the filter is nothing but which allows certain frequencies and does not allow all other frequencies. So here it is commonly used to describe a device that discriminates according to some attribute of the objects applied at its input what passes through it. So for example here, coffee juice filters. So here if you need the juice here, so this filter separates the juice from the pulp, and then from the here powder to the coffee, like that. Air filter, oil filter, UV filter in photography. So it separates the particular here whatever we need, that will pass, and then the things rejected. Okay, now coming to the here in LTI system, here why the system is called as a filter, right? So LTI system also performs a type of discrimination or filtering among the various frequency components at its input. The nature of this filtering action is determined by the frequency response characteristic h of omega, right? So it depends on the coefficients AK and BK. By proper selection of the coefficients, we can design filters that pass signals with frequency components in some bands, while they attenuate signals containing frequency components in other frequency bands. So here the filter is called as frequency selective filter or spectral shaping filter. So here LTI system, the output is nothing but f of y of omega, which is the multiplication of input and system response h of omega into x of omega. So now here this particular filter now acts as an LTI. Here the LTI system acts as a filter based on this particular equation. That means y of omega is the multiplication of x of omega, h of omega means. So here based on the h of omega only we can get the output from the x of omega. That's why here we may use the word LTI system or filter here, right? Any one of the word, both the words are similar, right? So here now what is the use of this filtering? So in this DSP, so that means the removal of undesirable noise, of course spectral shaping, and also signal detection, and also to perform spectral analysis. Okay, now here we have the different ideal filters. One is the low pass, high pass, band stop filters. So of course you know that a low pass filter what is that a general nature. This is a frequency response, that which allows the certain lower frequencies and removes the higher frequencies. And this is the high pass filter frequency response, and which allows only the high frequencies and does not allow the lower frequencies. Band pass means which allows a certain band of frequencies and removes the all other high frequencies. And now band stop means which stops the desired frequency and allows the remaining frequencies. Now so these are the particular ideal filters. So now here characteristics means the ideal filter means which is having certain constant gain pass band characteristics and zero gain in the stop band. So here it should what is that has the linear phase characteristics, and then constant magnitude characteristic, and physically unrealizable, right? So difference between analog filter and digital filter. So analog filters are used for filtering the analog signals. Of course digital filters are used for filtering the digital signals. Analog filters are designed with the various frequency components like resistor, inductors and capacitor, but digital filters are using digital hardware like flip-flops, counters, shift registers, ALU, like, and so on. Okay, now analog filters less accurate, and because of component tolerance of active components, and more sensitive to environmental changes. But digital filters are less sensitive to the environmental changes, noise and disturbances. The periodic calibration can be avoided. Also, they are extremely stable. So, less flexible. These are most flexible, as a software program and control programs can be easily implemented and modified, and several input signals can be filtered by one digital filter also. Filter representation is in terms of system components. Digital filters are represented by the difference equations. An analog filter can only be changed by redesigning the filter circuit. A digital filter is programmable. Its operation is determined by a program stored in the process memory. This means that a digital filter can easily be changed without affecting the circuitry. Okay, so these are the advantages or differences between the analog filter and digital filter. Right. So now here types of digital filters. We have the two different digital filters. One is the finite impulse response FIR filters, and then one is the infinite impulse response IIR filters. Difference between IIR and FIR. So FIR means here which has finite duration unit sample response, that is h of n 0 for n less than 0. So, and n greater than or equal to m also. Then thus the unit sample response exists for the duration from 0 to m minus 1. But infinite impulse response system has the infinite duration unit sample response. That means h of n 0 for n less than 0. But 0 to infinity it exists. Right. Now, here FIR systems are non-recursive. The output of FIR filter depends upon present and past inputs only. But here this is recursive. It depends on present, past and also past outputs. Okay. Now here difference equations for the FIR system means summation bk x of n minus k based on this non-recursive nature. Based on the recursive nature, so I of n is a summation ak I of n minus k plus summation bk x of n minus k. FIR system has limited or finite memory requirements, but it requires infinite memory. Right. So it should remember past inputs, past outputs also. Okay. Now FIR filters are always stable, but this cannot be guaranteed. So here FIR filters can have an exactly linear phase response, so that no phase distortion is introduced in the signal by the filter. But IIR filter is usually more efficient design in terms of computation time and memory requirements. Usually requires less processing time and storage as compared with FIR. Here the effect of using finite word length to implement filter, noise and quantization errors are less severe in FIR than in IIR. Okay. So analog filters can be easily and readily transformed into equivalent IIR digital filter, but same is not possible in FIR because they have no analog counterpart. All zero filters. These are here poles and zeros are there. So both are present. Now FIR filters are generally used if no phase distortion is desired. So these are used if sharp cutoff and high throughput is required. Okay. So now these are the differences between the IIR and FIR. So here coming to the general considerations, causality and its implications. Right. So here ideal filters actually physical realization is there is no physical realization, and in practical it is impossible to implement. Okay. So now impulse response of this filter is this one. Okay. Now here ideal low pass filter is non-causal from that particular diagram, so you can clearly understand that one. So non-causal, unrealizable, and is not absolutely summable, unstable, and main lobe whose width is inversely proportional to the bandwidth. Okay. So causality has very important implications in the design of frequency selective filters. So these are the frequency response cannot be zero except at a finite set of points in the frequency. The magnitude cannot be constant in any finite range of frequencies, and the transition from passband to stopband cannot be infinitely sharp. So the magnitude and the phase cannot be chosen arbitrarily. Okay. Right. So now practical frequency selective filter should be like this. Right. So then here we have to specify the what is that passband ripple and also stopband ripple, and also passband edge frequency, stopband edge frequency, like this. Okay. Right. Like this. Then here design of FIR filters. So right, how can you design the FIR filters? So we will see in the next video.